Head towards the shower, leaving the lights in the bathroom off, keeping my eyes down as I pass the mirror. I can't bear to look at the reflection of a failure. I space out as the water runs down my body. This was the part where I would start to cry, but I don't do that anymore. I grab my towel quickly, covering myself as though I'm ashamed that a non-existent audience would see me in full view. I dry myself and sit back on my bed. Leaving my bed makes me feel cold and vulnerable. I balance and shift my weight between my 2 feet, no longer depending on a piece of furniture for support. I take a few heavy steps to put on the first clothes that I manage to reach. I don't think about what to wear anymore, as long as I don't smell too bad. I don't want to ruin another person's day with my odor. Being a burden to myself feels bad enough. Forget it, I tell myself. I must be a fool for thinking today would be different. No, it is. It can be different. I could leave the house right now and make something of my day. Come on, just walk away from the bed. Come on, get up. Stand up. Walk out the door. You've already gotten ready. Take the next step. Move. Okay, take a deep breath. I know it's just leaving the house, a simple thing, but the struggle to do so has really worn me down. I need a moment to calm myself. Okay, I'm out now. I did it. I'm supposed to feel good, right? I achieved something I'm usually unable to, but... The morning crowd feels so overwhelming. People everywhere, and they're in my space. I quickly move to a quiet area where people I judge and accuse of being unaware of the world are not present. It's going to take a while, but I just can't handle the crowds right now, and I could use some fresh air. I begin the walk to school, and it's actually making me feel a bit better. Somehow, my thoughts are slowing down, and I'm just enjoying being in my own bubble. I don't realize how much time has passed, and by the time I reach the school gates, I'm already 15 minutes late. The disciplinary master spots me and shakes his head. I'm in trouble again. What's new? I should get used to it. I can never do anything right. The DM stares at me with a look that's all too familiar. I get it from my family and teachers all the time. I call it the look of expected disappointment. It's when you expect disappointment from the person, and yet you act like you expected more when you knew in your heart this would be the outcome. The DM lectures me about the importance of school and discipline, about how a bright future starts today. I snap and say, well, I'm struggling at home. I feel down or numb all the time. It's difficult for me to even wake up. The DM looks at his shoes, fumbling for the right words.
Maybe you're creating your own problems? You know, nowadays kids are so sensitive. I mean, if you're feeling down, you should try and think positive. Okay, I'll let you off today. Just make sure you're not late again.
Thanks. I mutter and brisk walk back to class. He let me off the hook, and that's better than spending an hour in detention. That would just be torturous. I sit conspicuously in class and look around the classroom. A bunch of familiar faces, and yet everyone here seems like a stranger. It's as if I'm not part of the picture, and I'm just an observer. I wonder how people are able to smile so easily. I try to remember the last time I didn't have to force out a smile just to comply with social norms. I know the inside of me has not smiled in what feels like too long. I'm hardly present. I'm just going through the motion. The school bell rings. Class has ended. the next motion begins. Home. Finally! I'm feeling so tired. All the thoughts, decisions to make, dialogue makes me feel so relieved to be back home. I probably need some time to wind down. The events of the day are still in my mind. It would probably be a good time for me to catch up with some schoolwork since I'm ridiculously behind. But my mind is feeling a different type of tiredness too. My homework is right there on the table. Maybe I'll just do 1 or 2 pages. That shouldn't be a problem. I do it page by page, and before I know it, I've done all the assignments from the past 2 weeks. It's pretty late now, but I'm too wide awake to sleep. I'll just see how much I'm able to do before the sun rises. It feels good to be productive.
Depression. People often misunderstand depression and may be unaware of it. It's not a state of mind. It's not feeling sad for a day. It is a real sickness and can be a debilitating disease.
Hey, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm not okay. I've been feeling very sad and I don't really know why.
Oh, I see. Well, how long has this been happening?
It's been a couple of weeks. I feel like I'm a failure.
Well, what makes you feel this way?
I honestly don't know. But I'm tired of feeling this way.
I can lend you a listening ear right now.
I don't know what would help me right now.
Have you tried seeing a counselor?
I haven't really thought about that.
Oh, okay. I think you should. Give it some thought and we can work something out together. I could accompany you to see someone. It'll be okay. I'll be there with you. You're not walking this journey alone.
Thanks. Yeah, I think it would be good if I have someone with me.
Depression is more complex than sadness and severe emotions. It's pain, anguish, constant dread without relief. Depression is drowning in feelings of helplessness, hopelessness, and numbness. Sometimes it takes looking beyond the surface to see if someone close by is struggling. Be patient, as it may be difficult to understand them. They could have a different thought process, socially isolate themselves, and no longer partake in activities they once enjoyed. The first step we could take is to start being sensitive with the words we use. Listen, empathize, don't judge. Take what they are going through seriously and reassure them that things can get better. The best advice is to not jump into giving advice. Ask them how you could help and support them. Let them tell you. Cheer up and think positive thoughts are some of the worst things you could say to someone who is suffering from depression. If possible and they are willing, it would be wise to seek help from a mental health professional who can advise and guide them accordingly.